Yo, my mom, if I tell you about my mom, right? Yo, that woman is a heart. Like, she's a heart living, because if you can't make a living from it, where are you going to get the money to sustain yourself from that? There's really a gap for youth between the age of 15 to 25 to have such spaces as these Planet One spaces. Start recording. All cameras recording, right?
Are they recording? We're good.
So look good on camera.
Definitely. Evelyn's gonna be the judge of that. Are we looking good though?
Yeah, but who's?
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
Don't mind that one, eh?
Yeah. It's that. Yeah,
the red dot one.
Yeah.
How you cooking?
Yeah, like she's been here, bro. Yeah. So everyone is gonna introduce themselves.
Oh, what a host!
Eh?
What a host! Yeah, dude, legit. Me, I don't play like that. Okay, so we're starting, right?
Okay.
You good?
There's a countdown.
Countdown. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's the poo? Now I'm waiting for the poo.
This love thing ain't working. If it's working for you, it ain't working for me. It's not working. I give up.
Okay, now it's late.
Oh wow.
Okay, I'll just start. Away. What's happening, my good people? Hope you guys are doing good. Welcome to Keeping It Casa, the place where we support everything youth-based and talent. So from entertainment to educational content, if you want to grow, this is the place to be. So guys, I'm not going alone. Hey, these people are going to introduce themselves, guys. I'm not going to do the introducing part. So where are we going to start? From the far left.
Welcome to KIK. Listen, it's
Hey.
Lennox. I hope I'll be a regular co-host with my boy Junior over here. I don't even know if he introduced himself. Well, it's fine though.
I did, bro. And then we have a special guest.
Special guest.
It's very special.
Very special.
So I'm supposed to introduce myself.
Episode
oh wow.
1.
Where's the speciality in there? But anyway.
We're keeping it real.
Keeping it classy.
We're keeping it classy.
Opening up season 3. This is Moshom Peri Machile Koza.
Ish.
Yeah.
I think I like the first name better.
Mhlomperi.
Mhlomperi.
Yeah.
And do you know what that means?
Nah.
Respectable. Is it respectable?
Honorable.
Honorable.
Ah, man.
Your
Powerful.
honor. Mhlomperi.
Powerful.
Yeah, I think I like that one. The second one is kind of tricky, but I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
Ish.
I'm struggling to say the first one, to be honest.
Just say honorable.
Honorable.
Yeah.
Shout.
The thing with the
Honorable.
second one, people always ask me, what does it mean? Eish. That's where everything goes blank now. I'll need to dig deep. But anyway, Mhlompe, honorable, Mhlonishwa. Yeah.
Yeah, Mhlomperi. So wait, so what we're gonna be doing now, since it's the first few minutes, what we're gonna be doing is our morning motivation. So our morning motivation is keep moving. So that's our morning motivation on the show now, since we're starting episode 1 of season 3 of KIK.
Let's go.
Right. Hey, it's a little bit tricky, you know. So I'm gonna start from Mhlomperi, and then we go to Lennox. How are you guys feeling today?
Feeling cold, bruh.
It's very cold. It's very
Check
cold.
the weather. You can see, in fact, like I have my coat here. Yeah, it's very cold. Yeah. So I think this June the weather is very personal. Yeah.
It's so personal.
Yeah, I'm sure all the songers out there are saying it's very chauke today.
Ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
If Chaoke sees this, you're in trouble.
Eish.
You're in trouble.
I'm trying to learn Tsonga though, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the comment section, they'll just write the right ways to say, oh, what we are titimet.
Yeah, I got it, man.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, anyway, I'm feeling great.
You're feeling great.
Feeling super great, fantastic, and ready for the day.
Yeah, so my man, my boy, Lennox.
Yeah. Nah, same. It's very cold in studio.
Yeah.
Wish we had heaters. I won't even lie.
Yeah. Go in.
Can't even feel it. It's for these two primarily. But nah, honestly, it's been good. Been a good week. Can't complain, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm also good as well, and I'm very grateful for this moment here. Even though we got a warning last night from Sean Perry was like, yo, they chose the wrong person to start off the season with. So they have to keep up with the momentum. Guys, I took a screenshot. I'm exposing him, man. It's fine, sorry.
No, I was trying to boost my confidence, bruh. Like,
I hear it. I hear it.
It's boosted already, dog. It's on my side. I'm like, yo, hey, we in trouble.
We have to cook.
Yo, we have to cook.
We have
now.
to cook.
But yeah, before we start, like, can you please tell the people who you are? Like, for a person who doesn't know you out there, tell them who you are. What do you do? Yeah, just the small intro.
Who I am? Oh man, I feel like those kind of interviews whereby they tell us about yourself, like, yo, bruh, I don't even know anything about myself.
Yeah.
Like, yo, where will I start?
You start to contemplate. Who am I?
Yeah, like this question can be tricky, bruh. Like, where do I start? Do I start like from 29 years ago? Do I start from while I was aware of what's happening around me? Where do I start?
Start from when you were not able to see anything. It was dark. It was dark seat.
Oh yeah. I hope you have enough time. Your batteries are fully charged because wow.
Are we good?
1 hour explaining about myself. There's a lot to explain about myself. So yeah, as for me, I'm from Perikosa. A young man grew up in Limpopo, Beresford. So ke college go Beresford, but go Amtodi. Yeah, I grew up there, then moved to Pench where I spent most of my childhood days at. Yeah, just me, man. Like, a lot of things along the way. I'm not sure if I have to like explain everything now, but yeah, that's just me, young guy from Limpopo, Beresford, a proud Limpopian. But now I'm here in Gauteng, Limpopian in Makgoeng. I'm here, pushing life, trying to survive, trying to, make a living, bruh. Like, every young black African men, they always have those kind of stories whereby they are here to make a living for their families back home. We always have those stories. We didn't grow up with all the privileges of having everything on the table. So I was raised by, two parents. They've been hustling also. My mom, if I tell you about my mom, bruh, that woman is a heart. Like, she's a hustler, like, bruh, like, she made sure everything is there on the table, bruh. Like, whenever I think about that woman, I can even cry because, man, that Mbogoto, bruh,
she's in Bakata.
Yeah, she really worked hard for me to get where I am. And what I also like about her, she was so patient with me, bro. As for me, I grew up as like just an average learner, like trying so hard just to be on the average. She was always there pushing me. He was like, don't worry about your siblings. Why not do what you do?
Do what you do, parents.
Don't mind them, whatever they're getting,
That's good.
you have your own journey, bro. And you always tell me, there's a bright future in front of you. Don't mind, don't worry.
Yeah. Look at you now. You're on a podcast.
Yeah, bro. First time on the podcast, it's something else, bro. Me.
And this is soon to be the biggest podcast, the youth, the most, let me just say the biggest podcast.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Very soon. Very soon. Yeah. And since now you just mentioned that, you mentioned something about saying, as you know, as a black man, we have the stories of saying we are here to build a life for the families that we left behind. So now tell us how you came to Joburg, because now you said you're from Limpopo and now you're in Joburg.
Oh yeah, Joburg. What a very interesting story to talk about Joburg. So yeah, I'll say Close to 15 years ago, maybe I didn't think about like even moving to Jozi or something else because the surrounding that you live in, you always believe you're gonna just study there, go to the nearest college, get a job at the mines because there are a lot of mines there. Get a job there, be able to afford,
Make a living.
Panya, make a living, have a family, cry a stand, build that mansion, and happily ever after. But sometimes those are just things that you consume around you that will make you think that way.
Of course.
The moment you tap into other spaces, that's where your mind opens. The main you like break out of that comfort zone and that circle that you're in. That's when a lot of people be like, oh. I almost said this. Yeah, and shall Fred you well. So yeah,
PG.
Yeah, PG.
So yeah, when I grew up, I was thankful also like my mother, and then she was like a hustler. She's a very activist by heart, man. Like she's been like an activist since long back. She's been like hustling, at the classes whereby they will be like, they'll buy those small contractors whereby they're building pavements and what and blocking sways. No, my mother was always there, Baba. Those handy jobs, they'll be like, these are for men. My mother was always there, Baba, because she knew she had to put food on the table, brah. Like, yeah. So, yeah, thankfully, when time goes, God blessed her with a nice proper job. So, I remember, that man was like around 2007 and so he got to like a proper job. And I was like, you know what? I know you trying so hard, but the schools that we go in fact, there's no seriousness there. They'll be like, my child will be like really dormant in the school. So he got, you know what? Let me just sacrifice some other luxuries in the house so that I can take you to like a better school. So I'm thankful for that. He took me to that school, and my life never got to be the same again after I went to that school. Things changed. I got to meet bright-minded students, and I had to challenge myself. I need to, think like them. All those kind of things. I tapped to different spaces, and, my perspective about how I see things changed. So, moving right along. So I got to like matric. So when I like got to matric, and back in those days, I remember, brah. So we had to like, write those application letters to a university so that they can send you an application form. I remember, brah, like they were teaching us how to write those letters. Our English teacher, thanks to that guy, brah, I was like, you know what? This is how you should structure your essays, brah. That guy took us step by step. Man, like it's always, I feel like, you might be saying you're not privileged, but at least getting those kind of things that other people are not able to get, it's also a privilege. So like, that guy was so good. I remember with me, I don't like reading novels and things like that, but that guy made me enjoy reading. The way he would like interpret or, those novels, short stories, bruh. He made it fun, bruh. Like, he can even take the poorest poem ever and made it fun. Yeah.
That's a good teacher.
Yeah, that's a good teacher,
That's
bro.
why
We
you
need
see a good
teachers
teacher.
like that guy, bro. You can see that this teacher is really passionate of what he's doing.
Yeah.
At first, we'll tell you, Ash, this poem is boring, but I will make it better. You'll even confess from the beginning, was like, you said this poem is boring, but how you like...
Are we doing the
it made the things. So yeah, I remember sending out those letters. So most of my classmates, they were like sending letters to different kind of universities or things like that. For me, I don't know, man. Like I always believe everything will happen for a reason in life, and I believe what I believe in. I need to, meditate more on it and put extra effort for it to happen. I only applied to one university. So even me, like my sister was like on my head. Yeah. One university is like, you know what? I'm going there. It's like, hey, life won't go the way you want it. I was like, I'll work it out. I'm going there. It doesn't matter. I was like,
Yeah.
One way.
I'm like, I'm going to UJ, bro. I'm
Hey, the
going
faith.
there.
Hey.
Yo, I know I took a very risky decision of my life by then, but in a way, like, as a person, you need to get to a point whereby you can believe on yourself about something, the decision that you're taking.
Yeah.
And just know, every decision that you're taking, you should stand by it, and whatever consequences you're going to face, you should accept it. You should stand your ground. Yeah,
true.
you should stand the ground.
As you're saying that, it's crazy because when you say that you took like the riskiest decision, I remember my riskiest decision was coming to Joburg. I just got my results and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to Joburg. I don't care. I'll just see. I don't care. I'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
And now that you're saying it, I'm like, I'm not alone. Okay.
Yeah. So then I applied. It was 2011, right? Yeah, 2012, around March. So we got like letters. Post office of like, UJ, I was so excited, but I didn't care about those other letters in the mailbox.
Sharp,
Like,
you just
took
taking
mine,
yours and
Baba.
you're going home.
Like, took what belongs to me, Baba. Went home, were like, other letters, like, I'll go first there, Mama.
Yeah.
I want to see this. Yo. Hey, man, the nicest disappointing youth came to that letter. I was like,
That's for the nicest.
Nicest disappointing
yeah,
news.
nicest.
Okay.
I'll explain why I say the nicest. It was like, we regret to inform you that. Regret to inform you, bruh. I felt like, my life was like, when you like, I felt like I was like so dizzy. I was like, you regret. Then I read, I was like, but at least there was like a student number on top. Like, and I was like, there's still hope. Why
There's
did they
chance.
give me a student number if they regret?
They regret,
I'll work
yeah.
hard on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend was like, you see, we told you. Told you to apply all the universities. And I was like, don't worry. I'll handle it. Because also, they will get to a point where, hey, this guy is like too confident because, as an average student and things like that. And they're trying to like also encourage you, motivate you. But you pushing the limits now.
Yeah, like you get into a certain point
So
where you're
people
like,
will be like, hey, this guy is testing our.
But confidence is good, man.
Yeah?
In life, you need to move
Yeah,
with
bruh,
confidence.
like even that letter, I still have that letter. It's there in my room now. So yeah, I see. It always motivated me. Like even like during exams, like I'm gonna do better. Then like I always, when I'm feeling down, I'll always read that letter again, and it motivates me.
And
Like
you go
what?
back.
Yeah, I remember also, during final exams, bruh, like I was alone at home. Everyone was not there. I sat down. I was like, what? Took a pen and a book. I was like, what? I need to plan now for the exams. How am I gonna make it here? I remember that time, bruh, like June exams. We used to like write trials and boom, CTA. They chout me, bruh. They chout me, bruh. I was like, what? I need to restructure now. I need to pull up my socks. A pen and a book. Then I wrote down. I was like, okay, fine. For someone to get accepted for universities, what do they need? Okay, they need to have a B symbol. Okay, for a B symbol,
What do I need?
how many marks do I need there? They were like, it was like 450s or something, 260s or something. I was like, I jotted everything down. I was like, okay, fine, let's see. Where will I get my first 60? I was like, home language. Spady,
go.
I'm getting
Inside.
it. English,
Inside.
I'm in. LO, I'm in. I was like, okay, fine. Now I'm getting to the hard decisions. And then what's next? Like, okay, now, man. 50 is 5. Where will I get another 50? I was like, okay, fine. Geography, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, you start planning. You start fetching them.
Really? No.
I'm waiting for LO.
Hello, Sidlulile.
Sidlulile.
Yeah, it's eating.
I was like,
Where am I?
Inside.
Where are you, bruh?
So inside.
Yeah, I was like, life science, 50. I'm coming for you.
Oh, yeah.
You need physics, 50. I'm coming for you, Baba. What's the other one?
Oh, you're a full science student, eh?
Yeah, I
begging
teach
you
physics and one time. But with physics, I was like good in physics, but chemistry used to chow me, bruh. And it brought my physical science
Brought the
marks
whole
down,
thing down,
bruh.
yeah.
Why would they put chemistry in physics? That's the only part I hated.
Bruh.
Hey. But
Those inclines, I was showing them, bruh. The inclines going up, down.
They were
up.
chowing me. Inclines.
ask
Inclines were
keys,
chowing me.
if it-
I was good on the chemistry.
My bad.
Ish.
Yeah,
I don't know why they do it like that.
the momentum.
guys, you can see who was serious
The
in school
Doppler
and not.
effects. Bruh, those were nice. because for me, I'm a practical person. Those were
Sharp.
so much practical for me. I don't know. They'll say chemistry is a bit practical, but hey,
When are you gonna touch sulfuric acid? When in your daily life?
hey,
And they're like,
cyanide.
when are you gonna meet those?
Okay, Pela, chemistry students, can you move?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So ASCII is fit. So yeah, man, I planned everything down on paper. Like I was like, you know what, this is what I'm aiming for, bruh. Like I push, bruh. Like even when I'm going to rise, like, you know what, I'm working on a 50 year. I remember there was this other exam, ne? I forgot which one was it. I was like, you know what, I know last time it taught me I'm working on a 50. And you know when you're writing, ne, you'll count your marks. And you're like, time's up, you're not even done with the papers. Like, at least I've counted my 50.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
I didn't write like 80% of the whole
paper,
stuff.
yeah.
But at least I was like, at least I got my 50 there. I didn't finish the paper. Like, at least when I'm counting, my 50 is there.
Was there a paper that you wrote and then after writing you just knew it's yeah.
Hey, it's
Even
nice,
this 50 is not coming out. Even this 50 is not coming out here. Ish.
Yo, I wanna with maths, ne?
Yeah.
Yo.
Personal.
Guys, I don't know, bruh. Like, I wanna with maths, ne? Paper 1, solve for X. Yeah, it's come paper 2. Yo. I don't know, man. Your thetas, your tan thetas, your sines.
It's in geometry.
No, bruh.
I don't know why they put that.
They were just something else, bruh. At least with paper 2, I wanna those calculating distance, angles, and what be. Those were okay, but trigonometry, it was something else. Yeah. Anyway, cut short. You know what? I pushed. I remember there was time for results now.
Yeah.
Yo, bruh, the scariest. All my friends registered to get the result by SMS. I didn't register. My mom was like, "Did you register?" Like, yeah, register. Following morning, it was results day. There was a best friend of my mom's. Mama, they went early 3 a.m. to get a newspaper, bruh.
Yeah.
And around 5 a.m., called my mom. It's like, yeah. Those days, there were names on the newspaper. I'm serious. Such name was like, names. I had the conversation. I was so scared, bro. I wanted to be on my name. Was it's even the B. I was like, is there a mistake, bro? I was like, it can't be, bro.
We got it.
Then I registered like cliche after like 30 minutes. Then I got my results. Like,
Yeah.
I even had like more energy to even like bath, bruh. That day I remember we used to like boil water using firewood and what. Bruh, cold water, deep down, Scotland. I was deep down inside in the deep blue sea, bruh.
Pagati inside. Yeah.
That excitement, even forgot to brush my teeth.
That's fine. We keep moving.
As long as we moving, bro.
Yeah, we moved, bruh. Like the excitement for me was like, oh, when I get there after I got that result, was like, okay. Now, things are about to get real now.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
Picked up my phone, called my sister. Next week, I'm coming to Josie. I was like, yeah. I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm coming.
To Josie.
Like, there's no walk-ins.
Yeah.
Like, I'm coming, Baba. I was like, okay, cool. That weekend, my sister came back and was like, no, I'm not going to get you in a taxi alone to Josie. No, I'm coming.
Yeah.
So she came that weekend. That Monday, we got to a taxi. My mom made plans for me to have cash to Josie. You know, to excitement, you don't care where that money comes from.
Yeah.
At that moment, you don't care. As long as they get that money,
And I use it.
got that money, So we, got to Josie. The excitement of seeing a lot of big buildings. I was like, trying to get a video. My sister was like, hey, when are you embarrassing me?
Yeah.
I was like, this is
That's all
excitement.
of us. No, that's all of us. Even me.
Because she's been here for a while. I was like, you're embarrassing me now.
She doesn't know.
Boom. Got here to Josie. TFC was like, the course that I want is not at TFC campus. We're going to APK. We got a take. We were looking for taxis to like TFC to APK, and then we were not finding taxis. And then it was like, hey, it was too busy. Then we got to a meter taxi. It was like when we got there, it was like, we had to pay like a lump sum of money. Like, they're like,
Texas, where from
we didn't ask.
TFC.
We just said APK, Auckland Town. They were like, get in. We didn't even ask about the prices.
The
We got
rates,
surprised when we got there, bro. But anyway, we had to sacrifice,
of course,
some lunch to err on that. Then we went there like no walk-ins. Like, Then we looked at each other. Now we playing. Yeah, the double trouble now.
Yeah.
The lying game. I was like, no, man. They've sent him an SMS to come to the faculty, blah, blah. And that day is busy. Like, no, pass.
Yeah,
We
just
went
getting
there,
sharp. Yeah.
straight to the faculty there. When we got there, it's like, guys. They were like, okay, student number. They were like, oh, you're not accepted. It's like, yeah, any course available. They were check. They were like, there's like, botany and zoology. Just like that one. Put me
go.
there,
Put
Baba.
me there.
As long as it's faculty of science, put me there, Baba. Like, okay, what are you sure? I was like, yeah, zoology, to the zoos things. Put me there.
I don't know what it is. I'm going there. You find me there.
Just as the zoo, like I'm going there, Baba.
Yeah.
They put me botany and zoology. Then I got an SMS. We're like, okay, you must come and register.
Yeah.
So they are also inquired, okay, if I register, can I move around courses? They'll be like, yeah, as long as it's under faculty of science, you can move around as long as, because they accepted me for like an extended degree or
Sure,
so
yeah.
4-year degree. I was like, okay, cool. Especially the first year as extended, all doing the same
the
thing.
same thing, yeah.
So I was like, sure thing. Went back, hustled for money for registration. It came through, registered. When there's like, yeah, I've registered now. Can I move around? Because at that time I wanted to study geology, because there are a lot of mines where I come from. It's like, I saw a lot of geologists, but driving nice cars. Like, I want to be like that.
I want that one.
I was like, geology is full, bruh. I was like, okay, what else do we have? So geology, it was like geology and environmental management. So what do we have that's closer to geology and environmental management? Like, man, we have botany and botany and geography. I was like, okay, geography, geology, yeah, man, I'll take that one. Attended some classes. Following week, I came back. So, what do we have there? They were like, now it's open. We have like a geography and environmental management. I was like, geology and environmental management. A link now. Swap me fast. Sign the forms. Hit my things. At least now I'm closer now with one thing. It's geography and environmental management, because geology is geology and environmental management. I was like, now I'm close.
Yeah.
Man. So I went there and they were like, geology is full and things like that. It was like, I was about to like, then I fell in love with this geography and environmental management thing, man. When I attended, a lot of classes, like, man, let me stick to this. This might be, the universe is talking to me somehow, man. Let me listen. I was like, you know what?
The universe.
Let me swallow my pride. Let me listen now. Yeah. The universe is saying something, because it's been like 2 months. No space, nothing. I was like, the universe is talking to me. Let me stick to this. Man, I fall in love with this course. But, man, the journey was so
tough.
Yeah, it was so tough, bro.
Tough, yeah.
So a 4-year degree course turned into 4 or 5 years. Oh, wow. Imagine.
So do you believe that when you get to university or college, the course chooses you? You don't choose the course.
Yeah. I'll say that, but in my own way of seeing things, I was like, no, man, the universe is talking to me. So through this course, this is just something. Let me listen now. I've not been listening to anyone since then. They were telling me to apply for so many universities. Let me just listen to the universe at once.
So how many? Okay, so this was the first year, ne? How many years did it take you to actually listen to the universe and say, the universe is talking to me now?
After 6 to 8 months there, to the course, like, what, I'm sticking to this. Now I'm no longer changing around courses and things like that. So I stuck to that. So I was like, you know what, now I'm here. Then, along the way, man, like I fell in love with the course, even though they were like up and downs, a lot of cross-nighting, meeting new people, cutting off people.
That happens.
Can we go back to cutting off people? Go back to cutting off people.
Cutting off people. Yeah, man, in life you need to invite new people into your life and cut off some other people, because some people bring a lot of negative energy in your life. I know sometimes you may think, this is my best friend, but if they don't bring that value into you, you need to cut them off, bro. I know sometimes the tie, it will be that stronger bond, but double bond or whatever, single bond.
Hard to break. That's the only thing I remember from chemistry.
Yeah. So you need to break that bond, so you need to cut off some people. I've had a lot of friends, I've cut off a lot of friends. cutting off doesn't mean sometimes you'll just distance yourself. Like eventually they'll see you. Here Mfethu is done. Because saying or Mfethu, now I'm cutting you off, and I don't want you ever in my life. It might break someone's heart. At least if you just distancing yourself. They'll just figure it themselves, bruh. You don't have to do everything, bruh.
Exactly. Yeah.
Your mental health and your physical health is important. If you don't think about yourself, what's good for you, bruh, you'll be depressed the whole of your life, having those kind of anxieties and things like that. I'm not saying for those who are having depression, anxieties, it's their fault. Sometimes there are situations whereby you can't really control it. You need someone externally to come and push and motivate you to overcome those situations.
Yeah. So now, as you mentioned earlier that there was a lot of cross-nighting. How was that journey of cross-nighting?
Bro, it was not easy, bro. I remember, we always procrastinate, things by last
we love
minute.
it. Students. Listen.
We always
my
procrastinate,
favorite thing to do.
cross-nighting for writing like assignments and things like that. I remember there were 2 incidences whereby they really changed my views about everything. So the first one is when there's this other friend of friend. A friend of friend. So lobbied me and my friend to go and cross night. We were writing a practical test there. Following day, like no, there's this best strategy, bro, to get everything right. You cross night, you don't sleep, and then you go straight to that practical exam. You write everything, and then you go and have a peaceful sleep.
No.
They were so convincing, bro. They were convincing at that time, bro. They knew their story, bro. I was like, we're doing it.
When you're new to this,
I'm new. I went there, we cross-nighted, Baba. Those cross-section diagrams, Baba. I knew them, Baba. Those frogs, Baba. Sharks. The intestines, the contour, the terminologies, the classes. I knew them. I was like, I'm going there straight. When I got my practical exam, I was like, oh.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I?
I was like, the F way. I was like, okay. I got there, bro. Like I was so blank, bro. I was like, I saw the structure, but the labeling was like,
names are going. Everything is coming and it's mixing now, and you don't know what's going on.
It was like something else. One of that day I wrote, bro. Wrote was like, you know what? I'll never, ever, ever.
And you're tired, by the way. You are tired when you're tired,
bruh. Then I wrote, bruh. I think me and this other. It was like the 5 of us. We wrote that test until to the last moment. They were like, we can even give you 15 minutes more.
Finally staying,
I just stood there, bruh. But I was like writing everything that I know, bruh. Like you. Even if it's not the right answer, as long as I know that terminology, I'll just write it there. From that day after that thing, I was like, you know what? Never, ever. They continued with their own strategy, and I stick to mine.
Of proper studying, not this cross-nighting.
So, and also there was this other incident whereby also, I pushed so hard at the last minute, cross-nighted, then slept for 2 hours. One of that day, I lost 3 hours of my life that day. I don't know what happened to that 3 hours of my life. So, imagine, I was 30 minutes early.
Sharp.
For that exam. I was outside, behind the class. There was a table there. I was revising. I was alone at that time. Then I was 20 minutes. Let me just study this. Then I'll rush. Then boom, 3 hours of my life was gone. When I woke up and I was oh shit, 15 minutes. I rushed to I didn't check time. Rushed straight to the exam hall. It was empty, bruh. Empty. Check the next one, empty. Another one, empty. Then I was man. I don't know. I didn't even get that idea to even check my time. I was I'm going to the lecturer's office and ask, what's happening? When I knocked, then I was can't you're not supposed to be writing an exam now in 9:40? The lecturer was yeah. We're not supposed to be writing and then she was looked at her time. I was bruh. I just grabbed a chair, then sat down. And she was like even shocked, but I was like, I looked at my times like, then I just, took a deep breath, and she was like,
She was
what's
shocked.
happening with this guy? I was like, I thought, like, what happened? Then I tried explaining, or no, man, it was like 15 minutes before, like, for the exam, and then,
right before the
like,
exam,
how come it's 3 hours gone? Like, no, man. And she was like,
Just
it's
disappeared.
okay. Write me an email telling me you're here so that I can put you on the list of like special exams and things like that. It's like, do you need a sick note? I was like, no, it's okay.
I was going to take a sick note.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So do I need to go to a doctor for a sick note? She was like, no, it's okay, because in fact, like, you can see someone who's just saw a ghost, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
she's
I
just-
looked like I just saw a ghost, bro. Like, someone who's pretending you can just see. But one at that day, she was also terrified. Don't know what's
like,
happening
what's happening
after
with
that
this guy?
special exam. So she was like, okay, you can just come for a consultation. Then I went there, things like that. Then after the special exam, then that's when like, explain to me what happened last time. Then I explained to him. Yeah, so like, oh, no. But I'm thankful there was no sick note involved and things like that. But
Yeah,
that
no,
was
she's
like, you know
very
what?
kind.
Never, ever do this because
Never.
okay, now I'm gonna study during the day, have a nice,
Yeah.
peaceful sleep and things like that.
It's dangerous. Our life is dangerous.
So now, as you're saying, since the cross-nighting one is the most famous one,
Yeah.
even in high school, cross-night, do this. So now to someone out there, because we have students from high school and universities that are actually watching here. So give them a little bit of an update, like from the story, because I got what you said. Now, just a short summary of how they should study and.
No, guys, I'm not a study tip master.
No, according to you.
for what worked me didn't work for other guys.
Exactly,
for other
yeah.
guys, then they were cross-nighting and they were like getting
it's
good
fine.
marks, and
Yeah.
it was okay for them. But for you'll see, man, like from your days of cross-nighting, if it's not working for you,
It's not
change
for
your
you.
studying routine, bruh.
Yeah.
There are a lot of information on YouTube, how to study, what. Anything that you have in mind, they'll give you tips, Baba.
exactly, yeah.
They'll tell you, repeat everything 3 times. There will be, those different kind of techniques. At least as early as possible, find a technique that works for you. Don't learn the hard way like me. Cross-nighting is good for other people, and
Yeah.
they do it, and it works for them, and it's been working for them. For me, it haven't been like working. It was a bad decision that I took, but at least I found another way. Okay, fine. Started during the day, at night, relax, man. I always find cooking as a meditation. I'm not saying I'm a good cook or what, but
Yeah.
after studying, I'll go back.
Let them cook.
Guys, I'll go back to the commune and then I'll like chop out some onions. And like for me, I find it like as a sort of like a therapy. I'll cook, nice food, not nice, but I'm just saying, chop out my veggies nicely, some right amount of spices so that it can be eatable.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I found it like also as like a therapy for me.
Okay.
Even if maybe something like I'm angry at some things or I'm feeling down or something, like cooking always like a therapy for me. So when I'm cooking, and ice cream too, I love ice cream. Hello Mzansi, I love ice cream.
Yeah, we need to get ice cream.
I love ice cream. When I was
Shout out ice cream.
I remember also.
Shout out ice cream.
Guys,
Yeah.
ice cream, bro. When yo, I hope it doesn't take long. Ice cream, bro. Like whenever I'm feeling like, what, I'll always go out for ice cream, bro. Even if I'm alone, it's fine.
Yeah.
So
That's the best
meditating
time.
for me.
Yeah.
Even if maybe I'll like, now I'm doing like a handy work where it's like, yo, this is too much. I'll always think about, what, after this I'm gonna reward myself with an ice cream. Bro.
As you're saying this, yesterday yesterday I said, I saw your status. You said people are not posting, they are sharing their happy moments.
Yeah.
And from that, I started to see what kind of a person you actually are. And now as you're saying it, I'm like, no man, this guy is amazing, because nobody else will say this, bro.
Yeah.
If it was somebody else who told you, you know what, I just go to a pub, just go there, grab one nyana. But now you're telling us about something that's so small, man. You're like,
Yeah, man. Ice cream, such simple things, man. I remember there was this other friend of friend once said, you know, I think they took this thing on TikTok or something, and he was like, you know, sometimes you think, oh, your life is miserable, you're depressed and what. Go buy yourself a Magnum, Baba. It might change your the way you think about something. Just go, such simple things, but go and reward yourself something small, bro. For me, ice cream has been my thing. So yeah, I remember even now, like I was like eating a lot of ice cream. I've been sober on ice cream for like 3 months. I'm going back there again soon.
why are you saying it like it's an addiction?
It was an addiction, bruh. It was an addiction.
Imagine going to rehab, like, oh, so what is your problem? Like, my problem is ice cream.
Ice cream. I consume too much ice cream, bruh.
Yeah.
And the moment I found out about that W Shop ice cream, ice cream, oh man, that's the shop that really messed up everything. That ice cream is nice.
Okay. Can we go back to
shout out ice cream?
So there's a part where you mentioned that you fell in love with the course. So now slowly but surely you were getting there, and you were becoming in love with this course. So where did this course take you after university?
Oh yeah. So this course, it was shy, bruh. I met friends. Some of my friends graduated, left me behind, but I always pushed, bruh. A lot of my good friends, those we were studying together, but some other modules really showed me flames. I remember also attending their graduations, and I'm still there, left with that 1 or 2 modules, bruh. It's hard, but never give up. Keep pushing. I kept pushing.
Keep it moving.
I kept pushing, bro. So I remember writing my final year research assignment. So when I was like that, doing that assignment, I was like, okay, fine, environmental management. And when I was like doing my research about environmental issues, man, I made this organization, bro. I was like, this organization is doing like a lot of good things. I don't know, man. A lot of their articles, they were just popping in when I was doing my research. It's like, man, this is interesting. I saw like, they're there on like Facebook. Let me just see what are they posting there. I stopped with the research thing. I was like, let me just find out. When I went to like Facebook, I was like, I saw a lot of interesting things. They were doing like some cleanups, volunteering activities, photo ops. I was like, when I scrolled up on top, I was like, there's a volunteer induction. Please sign up in like 3 days time. I was like, I hope they accept me. Short notice. Then I signed up. I was like, okay. Then I continued with whatever research I was doing. Then I was like, just got a WhatsApp thing. I was added to a WhatsApp group for an induction. I was like, okay, cool.
Just like
send me the location, times for the inductions. Like, I'm going there, Baba. On that Saturday, it was like a 2-day theme. I was like, what are the plans for the Saturday? I remember also I had like plans with my other friends. So when I was like, Mfetu, I'm pulling out on you guys. I'm going for this volunteering thing and what, I wanna from that day, bro. They were angry.
At least you were honest, though.
I was honest,
at
bro.
least you were honest.
Guys,
I'd lie.
I'm trying this thing out. They were like, after the induction, I'll get you guys. Where you guys gonna be chilling? I'm going there.
Sure,
I'm coming. I wanna be like, they were angry with me. Those guys, I remember, bro. Like, they had that grudge for a very long time. They even understand this thing of me going to volunteer and things like that. I'll tell you the story. So I went there for an induction. There I was like, okay, at least when I go for the induction, I had like questions prepared. Like, I'll ask questions also to help out for my assignment. Then I went there. Man, I remember I was like, I was like, I'm the only person of color here. Where the other guy? I was early at that time, bro. I met those guys. They were so friendly. I remember.
Of course, very friendly.
Yeah, there was also this other lady. Also, we've been volunteering for so long time with him. With her, like, Nadia. I was like, Shasha. Also, we're all nervous. Then we talked. I was like, I'm a student. So what are you doing? It's like, me, I'm just a graduate. Those kind of things. And then people start putting in, like, okay, now I'm not alone. Okay. Those kind of things. And then, So they were like, okay, guys, the induction is going to be in that boardroom. Go straight, turn right, and then on your left. I was like, okay, good, got there. When I got there, I found this tall guy there, very intimidating. He was like, oh, look at this tall guy. So this is our inductor. Yo, am I going to be able to ask this guy questions that I want? I was like, okay, cool. I was like, hey, Mhlo, calm down. It's like, okay, cool. Think about ice cream. Yeah, ice cream.
think about it.
Yeah, relaxed. The induction came, you know.
It's a good coping mechanism.
Yeah, what I also like about the induction, man, it was like an interactive kind of thing. We got to like write things on flip chart. We were part of the inductions, not those kind of induction whereby they just shove you with information like like, guys, you are now a volunteer. No.
Sharp.
You get to be part of the process. Because one other thing, you know everything that's there on the induction. Just don't know, you know everything. Like, no, I don't know anything.
Yes,
but you've been like reading more about whatever that the organization is like. Oh, okay, now. So, what's a volunteer? We know what the volunteer is. So things like that. So yeah. Oh man, it was very nice. It was like they were like, oh, there's even lunch. Ooh. Coming back tomorrow again. My friends, I'm dishing you back again tomorrow.
We're back.
Came back for a final day, you know, for being a volunteer. Oh man, it was really great, bro. Like when I was like, man, this tall guy, I judged the book by his cover. He's actually a nice guy, bro. A guy that you can relate to. And that guy's like, man, this guy is going to be my mentor. Even now, I'm still looking up on him. And whenever I'm having any difficulties, I'm always reaching out to these guys. Like, Nambanwara. I have the privilege to call him Wara. I'm like, hey, Wara. Aye, man. They're like, aye, man, relax.
Cool.
Let's sit down. Let's
talk about
find
it.
a way together. Yeah, those kind of things. So, I volunteered from there. And my life changed that day of being like an activist. I'll always remember that day, 2018. My life since from that day never been the same again. So as for me, there were like a lot of opportunities that came since that day. I wonder if in the volunteering space and activism, if you always consistent and putting in the work, showing up, even on small things, they'll be like, we need a volunteer to come and back then they were still doing like a petition using hard copy.
Oh, okay. That's
to like file these petitions and to update our database. I was like, I'm there, Baba. I'll be the first one. I'm available.
Sharp.
They'll call me, Baba. Go there, help them with database, creating WhatsApp groups or whatever. One of those petitions, like what do they call it? Digitizing them. I went into the system because it was like, I was always there, Baba. Something small, photo up, I'm always there, Baba. Like,
and they appreciate
because I saw, right, man, this is a very different environment from the environment that I'm gonna grow here. Since that day, opportunities that came. As for me, as a very young man from Limpopo, I never even thought about like even getting a passport or even visiting other countries, even flying. I want to play. That was even not part there on my circle. I was not thinking about those things. And now it's like, hey, there are traveling opportunities in here. I wanna
free of charge.
Everything paid.
Important. That's important.
I came like consistent, Baba. Whatever activities, we were like, okay, Kai, we gonna be doing like a Martina. Yeah, what role can I take? You were like, okay, this is the organizer or what? I was like, hey, can I help you with organizing this thing? Can I help you? Like, I was always handy stuff when we were making things. Ben, I was like, can you teach me how to make them so that I can help you? You see, like, that
you're showing yourself, like you're putting yourself out there.
That dedication or no. I don't know how to do this. Teach me so that I can help you. You see, that's the spirit that we need to push on in the activism space.
So there's a thing that I've noticed from what you're saying now. I had a problem that when somebody says, here's a job opportunity, but you're volunteering. In my mind, I'm thinking, so I'm working for free.
Well,
so now that's the thing that I have, and I know that a lot of people also have the same mindset, saying, I'm working for free. What am I gaining? But from what you were saying now, that when you're in that volunteering space, is it like a selection process? So the way you're saying it seems like you have to show that you want this, show that you need this, help wherever you can, so that.
Yeah, everyone has their own definition of what's volunteering and activism is.
Yeah.
My way of volunteering activism is a bit different, because you can't say you're a volunteer and then now you don't have that thing of know what I want to learn. You always want to be pulled around. No, I don't want to be pulled around. I remember, I remember there was this other time, the warehouse, the organization, they were like, okay, the warehouse it was like a bit messy because everyone was like busy with other things. Like, you know what, can I come and help you out, sort out the warehouse, pack things nicely? Because I was free, because I saw, I know now. Because Panje, always imagine things that we do. Man, they're not really building me. Those are just part of journeys in life. Yeah. So I was like,
that's where the cutting off happens.
That's where the cutting off happens now. And I remember people were starting to like, they call me, hey, when I'm Mr. Environmental, Mr. Papers. You know, those kind of things.
Stars.
When you say something, we're like, the environmentalist. Tom. You know, those kind of things, you know, because they also like, there were petitions that they were going by that time. I will be like sharing with them, please sign this. We're like, Kalile. And then boom, there were opportunities. So I got like an opportunity also to be, by the way, the organization is Greenpeace Africa. So I just wanted for people to wonder what's this organization, so that they stay longer into the podcast.
Because I'm now asking myself like, what is this organization?
It's Greenpeace Africa. So I got an opportunity to go on their campaigning ship for 3 months. It's like 3 months after graduating, like 3 months. Like, what do I need? It was like, I remember by that time, so the person who was responsible was like, I don't have a passport. Like, don't worry. Don't worry.
I'll check.
What else don't you have? One of those kind of things. Like, okay, fine, you don't have a passport. They assisted me with getting a passport. Also, when you're going to that ship, when you're traveling, for all the medical expenses, those vaccines for yellow fever and things like that, because I was going to catch the campaigning ship in Senegal. So in Senegal, they need to have that yellow book thing, you know, all those medical things. They were like, don't worry, you are sorted, you are a volunteer. This is part of our duty of care. We'll take care of you.
That's good.
You know, those kind of like, it was like, are you guys for real? It's like, don't worry, man.
That's very good.
Hey, man, all those processes, they were like communicating with, okay, here's your appointment for a doctor. So it's like, how am I going to get it? Like, don't worry. We want to take you there.
We got you.
Like, I'm going to catch a taxi to that, then another taxi. Be like, don't worry, we have got you. You know, I was like, man, this organization, their duty of care. Man, I'm in the right place. I was like, oh, Lord, thank you, Baba. I was like, no, everything went fine. I still remember, so my passport got delayed. So I was supposed to travel with other volunteers from Durban. So my passport got delayed. They had to I was like, my passport is delayed. I was so stressed that, don't worry, we'll just reschedule. Reschedules.
They really want you now.
Because I was panicking, bro.
They really want you
the panic, because they knew this was my first time and things like that. Fine. They had to reschedule, and then I was traveling alone now at that time. Car came to pick me. One of that day, I didn't I packed 2 days before, make sure everything's fine. Car picked me up to OR Tambo. 2 hours earlier, I was sitting on the benches, always browsing at the, those screens, like, okay, flight. It's a lot of alarms, Baba. Hey, I don't want this plane to leave me, Baba. Checked in my bag, went there. I even sat next to the boarding gate. Baba. If I fall asleep, there's
there,
no way I
yes.
can't hear when they're announcing. Next to the boarding gate, they came, the first people, they went. I was just there on the boarding gate. Baba. The security was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah,
fine.
don't worry." I know. Very soon. Because they were like, everyone just came and then they left
And
me
when
on the
they were
boarding
just
gate. Two
sitting
people
there.
came because I was
Yeah.
there. I didn't want no mistake, Baba. Got to that plane. Baba. I got there. Hey, got to that plane. Like, you know, those kind of things. Like, hey, it's me. Yo, guys, they pick up. Yo. You know, and I remember weeks before I was watching, you know, those plane crash thingy. Yo, bruh, I don't know why I watched those things before my travel. Yo, I was panicking.
Why would you do?
Yo,
Why would you do?
and I was like right there next to a window, but
Sure.
I just thanked that person who booked the flight for me, because now I got that window. But I was panicking.
Final destination.
I feel like my intestines were
going crazy.
tearing apart. Like, it's like, now we are up now. There was like, because it was like a very late night with like, dinner. Yeah, dinner?
Yeah.
We have dinners here. Then I checked my ticket. Dinner and what the?
Dinner.
Yeah, they sorted you out.
Like, you know, those nice ladies. I don't know, how do they choose those air attendants, bruh? It's not fair sometimes, but it's okay, bruh. Like, yo, yeah. And then they came with like, hey, man, this. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, you know why I'm laughing? I'm thinking as well, because these ladies who will look, they're so beautiful, man. So busy. Pass by and you ask yourself, where do they get? Is there like a criteria for this?
Shout out air attendants.
Air attendance. Aye. Why now?
Ngizonglusa nomuntu wami mfethu. Mfethu. I person, I know, but I just, you know, I'm just appreciating that thing. It was back then.
No, yeah, it was back then. Yeah,
it was
still
back
very
then.
young.
Yeah,
Give us chance. Man.
Yeah, it was like, and I froze. It was like chicken or fish. It was like, and I didn't even hear what she was saying. I was like, second one. I'm like, okay, just give me the second.
You were
one.
mesmerized. You were gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
man,
God.
it happens. Yeah, it's part of life. It happens,
It
but
happens.
you grow from that. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Man, don't do that to me. It was nice, man.
It's like, now I'm looking at
And they were like,
Nobody
drink
did that.
coffee, what? I was like, yeah, coffee. And then soft thing, yeah, I'll have a soft thing. What do you have? Like, I had like my dinner here, my coffee here, my soft drink. By that time, I didn't know you can get like a hot drink. That hot drink.
Yeah.
No hot drink, right? Yo, you can also order a hot drink. So I didn't know by that time. I was like, but I saw people ordering. I was
You know
like,
the
you know
hot
what?
drink? Yeah.
Good kid. You don't want to get there and then you don't see things. So, yeah, be you. Yeah. So, yeah, I was like, okay, fine.
Before we
So
go
there were
on,
like too many stops. We stopped at like, I think it was like Nigeria. What's the other stop? I mean, we had like 3 or something stop. I remember there was this other stop. Was like, this is my stop. Was like, yes, my son. Like, no, go sit down. It's not your stop. Don't worry. They're just picking up people. It's like, oh, okay. And they were like, wherever the plane is gonna like park, just know this is your final stop when everyone is getting off. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, those kind of experience. Then I remember I got to Dakar. So when I got to Dakar airport, there was like, they told me when you get there, connect to the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi did things to me, bruh.
how?
When I was supposed to connect, because they are French speaking or what? Because it comes out with like French, then you have to like choose English. I didn't like see English
But
there.
you couldn't
I chose
see.
it wrong,
Yeah.
and things just
Yeah.
happened. So I was like, oh no. And then there was this other meter taxi guy, like, yeah, where are you going? Hey, what? And so like, okay, can you borrow me your phone so that I can call? Like, okay, cool. They borrowed me their phone. I had the agent number. Then I called the agent. Sure, my guy. I was like, yeah, I'm at the airport. I'm from South Africa. Where are you? I was like, oh no, because I'm supposed to be in the airport in 2 hours' time. I was like, oh, you can't.
Oh, what's
The
happening?
time zone thing, yeah, busy. So when I was like, no, I miscalculated the thing. But then I had to wait for 2 hours.
2 hours at the airport. Yo.
And then
You don't know
this
no
guy,
one.
he was like, don't worry, I'll take you there. I was like, I don't have money. He was like, okay, fine. So how much for your airtime? And I was like, what francs? And I was like, yeah, how much is that in rands? Then I took out my wallet. I had like 100 rands. I was like, yeah, don't worry.
It'll cover.
It will cover, but because by that time, the currency conversion thing was like, to me, I was like, I only saw this on TV after the news. It'll be like the rent is up, but the what the euros, like, what are you, like, it doesn't matter. Here's 100 rand. Then I went to, my ticket was like Ethiopian, right? I went to the Ethiopian thing. I was like, hey guys, I'm waiting for my agent in to Kenya because I don't feel safe. They were like, come. Got me a chair. I sat with the guy there at the information desk there, waited for my thing. Then they gave me like, can I also call? They were like, don't worry, free, your agent. Then I called the agent. No, I'm at the information desk for this airways. We're like, okay, I'll find you there. After like 1 hour, 30 minutes, the guy came. Yo, guys, I didn't know also he had to like travel for 3 hours to the port. Yeah. It was like after working hours, bro, like seeing all those public transport, people in a bus with a goat. It was like, yeah, it's happening. I saw this in movies. I thought it was lies, bro.
No, it's happening right in front of me.
It's real.
They'll get with a goat on a motorbike and then they ride, but like those thing is real. I was like, those buses were packed, but I was like, phew, this is real. Then we got off from the airport, then we went to the port, went to get like a visa on arrival kind of thing. We went to the customs and thing. Went to the ship. It was some nice experience.
So far, since we with Greenpeace, what have you done? What are the campaigns that you've went for?
Are you going too deep now? So
I just want to, because it's amazing how they can take you from here.
Yeah, because also with on the ship they were pushing the ocean campaigns. So from there I was a volunteer deckhand on the ship. As a deckhand you basically like do everything. But like when the cleaning you do, if the mechanic they need help there, picking up something, you'll be there. The electrician, if they need help, you are there. The guys who operate boats, like you are there, bruh. The campaigners, if they need any kind of assistance, whereby we used to like drive on small boats with them there, accompanying them when they were doing those those campaigns on the ship. Those kind of things. You are there, bruh. Like those are some nice experience. But bruh,
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, bruh. It needs your mind to be focused and clear on it. It was a very great experience. I'm really thankful for that experience, bro. Like, that 3 months. It was a very long time, but very worth it. Then came back, continued with my volunteering thingy. We did like a lot of cleanups when we were doing like my plastic campaigns, did my brand audits, one of those photo ops, those kind of thing. I also like from there, then I got introduced to the activism space. You get to be trained to be like an activist so that they know when you are there doing your activism, you are safe and you abide by the rules. You are non-violently protesting.
It's not like a wildcat strike.
No, man. We doing things because it doesn't help to, do your activism sometimes being so violent. There are some situations whereby doing things peacefully, you can get a lot of like changes when you like doing. Imagine now I'm confronting you in a very aggressive way. It's like, you did this to me. You're gonna listen to me. You're gonna counterattack. But if I'm gonna come to you in a nice sense, like I'm fit. Allow flopile mfethu flopile bheka 1 2 3 mfethu uyabona la mfethu. And last time wanginyathela ngakutshela, the next time wanginyathela futhi ngathi mfethu uyabona ubhuzu wami uyavuvuka manje mfethu, and awusakwazi ukungena esicathuleni. One of those kind of things. Those kind of thing. Man, like man, lot of things mfethu. since I've been like volunteering, getting to meet like volunteers. Some they move out of like Johannesburg due to like job opportunities and some other things, and then you get to meet another new people. Like it's always like that.
It's
You
always like
always
that.
find people who have always been there, dedicated. But I think also, yeah, because I was still around Johannesburg, because since from there I was like, I know my life revolves around Johannesburg, because people will be like, Johannesburg is so fast and things like that. I'm like, yeah, man, let me adapt to this before I can go to slower places. At least now I know I can handle myself well.
So now, if you can fast forward to now, currently, what are the developments that you've went through, the things that you've seen, and how are you compared? Because remember, the first question was, can you introduce yourself? So we got from you being the part where you didn't see anything to now being in a part where now you see lights. Now you finally know this is where I want to be. So now, can you tell us, like, from now we're in the part where now you're seeing that, okay, this is where I want to be?
No, so for me, so I'll say for now I haven't been where I want to be. I'm still work under progress.
Yeah.
So I'm still building on myself. Every day I'm learning. So along my journey as an activist with Greenpeace, like, and then, yeah, it happens where I saw there was this project now, the project that I'm part of now.
Yeah.
So, this project came like, man, we need someone to come and, be part of this project. Like, I remember, I did my own research. I make sure my grammar on that application motivation was on point. I was like,
Yeah.
This is a new project. You know what I like about new project name? Because you start with the project. When it grows, you also grow along with the project.
Yeah.
Other than finding a well-developed project and then you'll have to like, jump on a moving train. At least the train was like just starting to move. So, it's been growing, like working with the youth. Yeah, it's a bit challenging, but also a very, interesting task to do. Because, I also learn along from my peers. I also, because, guys.
It's not easy.
We are so hard-headed, but they're very interesting beings. We have like a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
So we just need, that button just to, someone can just press it so that we can realize other things. So there's a project of Planet One, Ubuntu Hub. So the makerspace that I'm part of is Ubuntu Hub. So so Planet One is not an organization, it's not a company, it's a project.
It's a project.
Yeah, it's a project. So it's a project by Greenpeace and Friends Who Said and other organizations like Armenian Progressive Youth. They came together. They saw, no, man, there is really a gap, man. There's really a gap for youth between the age of 15 to 25 to have such spaces as this Planet One spaces to really go and initiate, start their own activities, learn by doing, those kind of things. They're like, no, man. Because when at this age, thinking it of like a South African like perspective, there's a lot happening, bruh.
There's a lot.
Between that age, there are a lot of people on the street. There are a lot of people who are now drug addicts, who are doing a lot of terrible things out there because they are bored. Our youth are bored. They need opportunities. They need such learning centers, such spaces whereby they can meet, share ideas with other peers, initiate, collaborate, those kind of things. So, they saw, no, man, let's bridge this gap. As much as Friends Who Said they deal with the makerspace concept. So, Greenpeace deals with environmental and climate justice issues. They infuse those concepts into it.
Into one,
So that every initiative that the youth comes up with, it should be sustainable kind of initiative. It should support the mandate of the Planet One of environmental and climate justice. Also, for them to learn by doing, and also on that they should have the idea of being entrepreneurial about things. You can't be now let's say maybe you are into fashion, you love fashion, you're just doing fashion for the sake of just being you need to make a living from it. You need to make living for that sustainable fashion, that upcycling fashion, that eco fashion, you need to also make a living, because if you can't make a living from it, where are you going to get the money to sustain yourself from that?
Exactly.
You see, so we want them to have that idea as much as you also making these chairs,
Nice chairs, by the way.
turning tires into furniture. You're not just doing it to save the environment. Also, you need to get your pockets right. Because if you don't get your pockets right, you'll end up giving up on the good cause that you're doing.
Yeah.
You see, that's why a lot of these organizations, they know when you're volunteering, they support you with necessary resources for you to be able to continue with your volunteerism. You see, because they know, okay, fine, they need to boost you somehow. Also, so with this project right now, it support youth with necessary resources and reason.
Yeah.
Come up with your idea. You're like, okay, fine. Now I'm into fashion. So you're into fashion. You don't know how to link it to our mandate as Ubuntu Hub. Then we as the youth lead, I'm a youth lead here at Ubuntu Hub. We as a youth lead, so we gonna guide you through how to link your initiative with the environmental and climate justice concept into it. We are very patient people. Don't worry, from scratch. If whatever initiative you have it just in mind, you want to put it on paper, we're going to also help you to put it on paper, how to structure it. Because we want that after this project, you can be able to sustain yourself, to even go out there, find other bigger fundings that can help you with your sustainable initiatives. So we want youth to also be able to, continue with the initiatives after this project has ended. So we don't want youth to just rely on this project. I'm just going to go to Ubuntu Hub. They're going to support me with necessary resources. One event, second event, then boom, even again, you come the following 6 months. Still, when are you rushing to Ubuntu Hub? You're not even trying out there to outsource other things. So we want, the project, we want youth to be sustainable in their initiatives, not to rely on no, don't worry, Ubuntu Hub has got me. No. We want them to be able to go out there. You see. So, that's a bit about Ubuntu Hub. If everyone wants to know more about Ubuntu Hub, it's situated in 163 Smit Street, Braamfotein, Johannesburg.
Shout out.
Behind the new
Shout out to Ubuntu Hub.
Chickies. Just behind Chickies. That's where Ubuntu Hub is. So Ubuntu Hub is open on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 to 5. We allow drop-ins into Ubuntu Hub. You can come, ask questions, ask more questions of how we can, come. Don't need to come and book for you to come and inquire. On those days, come to Ubuntu Hub, except on holidays or if there's any other unforeseen circumstances. You should follow us on our Instagram, is ubuntu.hubsa, and on our Facebook, it's ubuntu.hub. So a lot of information has been posted there. If maybe it's closed on that day due for any other activity, we'll always inform the youth there on our social media pages. Just to get informed and see other activities that we've been doing here at Ubuntu Hub. Maybe that activity that you were thinking of is something that you can link into our mandate as Ubuntu Hub.
Bring it.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
I always tell people, challenge me for whatever initiative that you want to do. We can link it, Baba. See how we can mold it nicely, Baba. Everything can be linked. You should know what a social justice is, an environmental justice. And everything that affects you socially, it can be linked to the environmental space.
Wow. And guys, I have to say, he mentioned something about being patient. Yeah, they are patient. Trust me, they really are patient. We got here. Let's just wrap up with the story. So we got here, we were late, but we kept on communicating, and he kept on understanding that okay. When we got here, I was like, hey, the traffic. We had Van Diesel also today, and he was like, no, I understand.
Communication
Long
is
story.
key, bro. You need to time management is key, but sometimes there are some unforeseen circumstances that happen along the way. You need to communicate to the people. There are people who don't really communicate, and that shows some unprofessionalism. As much as this space is a free bookable space for everyone, but also time management is key. You must, if you saying, okay, fine, I'm coming to record a podcast by this time, I'm having an event, at least show up, pitch up by time. Because in future you're gonna get to a corporate world whereby you're meeting with those potential investors, and then or sponsors, and you were late. They can like shove it, or like, you know what, we're canceling everything just because of time. Just because of time. And you didn't communicate. Things happen, you need to communicate, but you can't always be late and always communicating. Or I'm late. Every time, when are you late? Because you're communicating, because we're saying communication is key. Guys, let's take accountability. And respect other people's time, bro. As much as we are here, you're saying, okay, fine, you wanna have a meeting with me, and then I book you for that time. Okay, fine, from 10 to 11, I'm gonna have a meeting with you. You know how many youth I'm cancelling at that time because I want to have a one-on-one meeting with you. There are youth out there who really wants to use this space. And everyone should know that they want to make use of this space. But if when that time that you have been given, you don't use it accordingly, you're stealing away from other youth out there. You're really stealing.
It's being selfish.
Yeah, it's being selfish. So let's mind each other's time. Let's respect each other's time. You know, we wanna, if there's no something as African time. No, time is time. There's no African time. There's no what. Let's think of saying African time because you what do you call it? You always like saying it every time. Always saying African time, it's building in your mind. You'll forever be late. You'll forever be late because you're saying, you're just trying to console yourself. Guys, hey, you'll know, be late on that interview that will change your life. And then you lose that opportunity. Then that's when you'll realize, I should have kept time. Start now. If you are one of those guys, still time. Start now. Time management. Respect other people's time. You'll see everything will go smoothly
and flowing.
Yeah.
So guys, here we are at the end of the episode. This was the first episode. And to be honest, in all the history of Keeping It Kasini, we only have 2 episodes that reach 1 hour. But the first one was because of the ads and everything else. This one, out of genuine conversation. Yeah,
this was supposed to be like 3 hours. So hopefully, I'll be back with at least more details of my activism, because now it's like just my background and everything. Hopefully I'll be back with more on activism.
We'd love you back.
Because at least now they've got like a brief background about me. That's Mhlompe Khoza, the one and only.
Honorable.
Honorable.
Shout out, honorable. Shout out.
So we'll be here, guys, and I promise that I'm going to be taking vlogs of most of the functions that they have here at Ubuntu Hub, so for you guys to see. And also, please follow them on their social platforms. They're down below. Down below. Give them a follow, and always keep yourself updated. You never know. You might find an opportunity. You might end up loving environmental as well and becoming an activist. You never know. So we're about to wrap up.
Shout out.
Any last words? Shout out.
Shout out to Ubuntu Hub. That's all I have to say, really. Thank you for this opportunity. It's been really
thank you guys for this opportunity. First time being on a podcast. This is one of many more. Guys, invite me back there for your podcast. Man, like this lot of good work that you're doing here at Ubuntu Hub. Invite me to your spaces so that I can also share it on your platform, so that other youth that you are able to reach can really know more about Ubuntu Hub. I feel like we haven't really touched some areas. So I think for your podcast, it might reach other areas. For someone's podcast out there, might reach those guys, maybe deep. Also, way to there who really need spaces like Ubuntu Hub. Don't worry.
We are keeping it, guys. What do you mean? Sisekas, nice.
Siseka, Sumara, there are corners whereby you started on the left corner, and someone who started on the right. You guys gonna meet in the middle.
center.
In the-
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
I get it.
So yeah, maybe someone there started on the left. Invite me and tell people about Ubuntu Hub and the good things that you're doing here at Ubuntu Hub. And I feel like, you wanna change lives, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whilst
by
this
bit.
project is still running and moving, someone out there might need this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about, as we're about to wrap up, give us your favorite song. Yeah. 'Cause
Favorite song.
Favorite song. Okay, song
This
of the week.
Song of the week, yeah.
So this is my first podcast. One of my favorite song of all times.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I'm like feeling down or maybe just want to like remind myself of who am I, where I am from, I'll always play Tati's Kupu by Bongo. Yeah, by Bongo Mafia, bro. I used to love that song. I remember back in the day there was this other granny of mine, man. Oh man, that time I used to love me very much, man. He used to like to play me that song whenever I'm crying or something else. Oh man, may his soul rest in peace. That is good, bruh. Like I'll just play it full blast, where stay, bruh, and then relax. And me on the chopping board, those peppers,
Yeah.
And ice cream.
And ice cream on
But
the
I think
side.
I should take like some serious cooking classes, bruh.
Yeah, you should.
I should, yeah.
Yeah.
Look into it for
it
sure.
It adds up to more of the hobbies that you will have also.
Yeah, because I don't know, man. Also, the universe, the past few 8 to 10 months, it led me to me helping out a friend on some food, pushing out some food sales, bruh. Like I was like, how did I even get here? I know I need an extra cash, but in food, like, yeah, man. Like, for me, I'll always grab in every opportunity that comes. I'm always willing to learn.
Yeah.
So if
That's good.
it's anything, bruh, I know. In fact, whatever you're getting, it might not be enough to cover all your expenses. I always, if there's a way of getting like an extra cash, I'll always be on it, bruh. Legit things, not illegal things. Legit things,
Of course,
bruh.
of course.
I'm always willing to put in the work. If there's anything you want help, bruh, shout out to me.
Shout
I'm
out,
here, bruh.
shout out.
I'm a hard worker.
Come to Ubuntu Hub.
bruh. Yeah. Come
Yeah,
to Ubuntu
man.
Hub. So more details of working hours of Ubuntu Hub, it will be on the comment section there, and all the social media handles.
Yeah.
Follow us, like and share. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, share, subscribe. Lennox, what do you have to say, my bro?
Shout out to Ubuntu Hub.
Shout out to Ubuntu Hub. As we're about to close up the show, shout out to Ubuntu Hub.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. That's the morning motivation, man. Keep it moving. Oh,
We move.
yo, man, that was dope. We killed an hour in 21 minutes.
An hour.
Who you're talking to